Mazda has unveiled its 2026 CX-5 midsize SUV, the third generation version of its best-selling model. It still looks like a CX-5, but this time there's a far more significant change between generations than when the second iteration replaced the 2012 original after just 5 years. The CX-5 has grown in key dimensions. It's added nearly 12 centimeters to its length to fall just short of 4.7 meters, making it now one of the bigger cars in its class. That 11.5 centimeter stretch all comes in the wheelbase, tying in with Mazda's claim of expanded rear seat space, while the CX-5 also adds a little bit of extra width. There's some shock news on the powertrain front, but first let's take a look at how the CX-5 has changed in looks and size. Chasing cars, honest reviews of your next car.
Brought to you by
Budget Direct.
The CX-5 looks visually longer than before, with notably longer rear doors and wider C-pillars. LED headlights are complemented by double hockey stick style DRLs, and the lower bumper features a full-width intake. In profile, the silhouette and window shape look very similar to that of Mazda's premium midsize SUV, the CX-60. Though the CX-5's bonnet is notably shorter, and that's because it will continue to run 4-cylinder engines rather than the 6 cylinders that feature in the CX-60. Gloss black sills and wheel art surrounds indicate that this is an SP grade as offered with the current CX-5. At the rear, Mazda lettering replaces the Japanese brand's traditional logo for the first time. The taillight design is also very similar to that employed by Mazda's larger SUVs, the CX-70, CX-80 and CX-90. Unlike those models, however, the lower bumper features a lot of black, and there's also visible tailpipes. The 2026 CX-5 interior looks inspired by Tesla, with its combination of huge central touchscreen and clean and uncluttered presentation. That 15.6-inch infotainment display is the largest fitted to a Mazda yet, and brings more than 50% of extra screen real estate over the outgoing CX-5. It features the app-heavy Google built-in connectivity system. The fully digital driver display is also another upgrade, replacing the half-digital, half-analog display of the current CX-5. Mazda lettering also replaces a logo on the steering wheel to lend a more premium vibe to an interior that is showcased mostly with a two-tone tan leather and black interior. Another interior option shown is a leatherette interior in black and off-white. The new CX-5 sticks with a conventional gear lever rather than following the industry trend for transmission stalks and toggles. There still seems to be plenty of room on the center console though for a split-lid center console cubby, cup holders and a sloping smartphone charging tray. We mentioned earlier that the CX-5's rear doors are now longer, and while they'll help ingress and egress, it's also good news for parents getting small kids into child seats. Mazda says legroom and headroom both improve in the rear seat. We don't know by how much exactly at this point, but rear seat space up to this point has not been one of the CX-5's strongest points, so that is good news. Mazda says the seatbacks will come with a recline function, and for the first time in the CX-5, there will be the option of a proper panoramic sunroof. Boot space has always been a bit average in the CX-5, but it is set to increase for the 2026 model. Mazda is not yet quoting capacities, but it does say that the boot length increases by 5 centimeters and gains 2.5 centimeters in height. There's also an 18mm lower loading height, which will help to stow larger items such as bikes. The rear seatbacks continue in the very versatile 40-20-40 configuration, and again use very convenient release levers for folding down. The big headline change for the 2026 Mazda CX-5 is the option of a petrol-electric hybrid for the first time. The new Skyactiv Z engine, however, won't be released until 2027, and it may be 2028 by the time that Australia sees it. That's a blow for Mazda Australia, as it delays a much-needed direct rival to the market-leading Toyota RAV4, which also gains a plug-in hybrid in 2026. That's also not ideal for Mazda from a new vehicle emissions standard perspective, which is now bringing in fines or credits based on tailpipe emissions. Mazda is also ditching 2 4-cylinder engines, the 2.5-litre turbo petrol and 2-litre normally aspirated 4-cylinder, and that leaves just the aging Skyactiv G 2.5-litre engine as the sole drivetrain offering. That makes it all very mixed news for the new 2026 Mazda CX-5, part promising, part disappointing. Let us know what you think in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe to Australia's most independent car reviews channel. Thanks for watching Chasing Cars.